Hi, welcome to my channel. Please like and subscribe if you like what you see. I'll be making coasters today using alcohol inks. So I'll link the alcohol inks in the description, and the epoxy that I'm using, and these molds actually, I'll link those as well. Here's the epoxy all mixed up, ready to go. I am going to try a technique where you put the alcohol inks in first. So I'll just put a few drops around. A few drops in each of the corners. See how it turns out. We shall see. And I'll possibly put a little glitter in the center as well, just to make it a little pretty. I'm using, what was this? Alcohol ink called Glacier. There you go. We shall see how this turns out. And I think this one could use a few more drops around. I'm trying to keep them away from the center. So let's see how that works. Okay. And then I will put, let's see. This glitter looks fun. This is called All Inclusive by the Glitter Horror Store. I'll link this as well. All Inclusive, and I haven't even opened it yet, so yeah. Let's try that one. Let's shake it up first. And I'm gonna put a little in the center to see how that turns out. All right, we shall see what this looks like. So I've mixed up part A and part B of my epoxy. And I'm gonna pour it in. I'm not gonna fill it all the way to the top just yet. I'm gonna just give it enough to coat the bottom for now. We'll see how this turns out. Still have a little bit left. I'm gonna use that in the base here. Which one did we use? We said Glacier, right? Glacier. I didn't put anything in the base, so let's do that. Let's see how this turns out. Guess I'll put a few drops around the bottom as well. Oh, I'm not gonna have enough epoxy to fill all that up just yet, so. Oh, you know what? And I'll also do a little bit of the glitter in the center like the others. And let's try and go with the edges first. Get it all down there. I'm gonna come back with more epoxy later, but I just wanted to get a good base coat and let that dry, or cure actually is the term that I should be using. Cure for about an hour, and then come back with more epoxy to fill up the rest of the mold. I may do another color ink in the next layer. We shall see. I'll decide when I come back. I'm gonna give this a good amount of time to sit. And we'll come back like an hour, but I'll let you know how much time I waited when I come back. All right, first layer done. Thanks, be back soon. I forgot to make sure I use the heat gun to pop any bubbles that are showing up. There's some big ones in here. I'll put my heat gun as well that I use. Some people like the heat gun, some people don't. I think the heat gun moves things around, so that's why people like the torch better, but all I have is a heat gun, so that's what we're going with. Very interested to see how these turn out. Hopefully we got all the bubbles out. And get them down the bottom. Any bubbles on the top. All right, we'll be back. I have decided I'm going to use a pearl white mica powder for the bottom. I've mixed up some epoxy, part A, part B. I have them in 2 cups, just so that I don't put the mica powder in all of it, and just in case I need to use it for another project if it's too much that I have. So I'm gonna take a small amount of mica powder. I'm gonna move this over so you can see. Small amount of the white mica powder, that much. And I'm gonna mix it in. And I'll link the mica powder as well. And the description so you can see. Just mix that little bit in. Mica powder goes a long way, so as you can see, that little bit is giving us a pearl white. Actually, I think I'm going to put a little more epoxy in here, just because I think we're going to need a little more. And still with the extra epoxy, it's still pretty milky white, so that's all mixed in. And all these things I'm using are silicone, so silicone stick, which I'll link, silicone cup, which I'll also link. And I'm just pouring this into the top. I might need all that epoxy actually, now that I look at it. Yeah, this looks like it's only doing not a lot on the top. So I might even need more than this. let's see. We might as well mix the white on into the rest of it. One more scoop of white. Ooh, mica powder everywhere. One more scoop of the white. Right there. Just throwing a little extra here. Just for good prosperity. Okay, mix, mix, mix. I might even need to mix more epoxy. Go figure. First time I used 120. This time I used 80. So together that's about 210. And let's fill up the rest. I'm excited to see how these turn out. And I'm gonna need more epoxy. Who knew? Then I take the heat gun to these ones here that I have, just so I can get some of these bubbles out. Oh, lots of bubbles are coming out of there. And it's moving that epoxy around quite a bit. I'll give it a little. I'm gonna do it again in a bit, so. Some of these bubbles aren't rising. It might have to become part of the design. There we go. Now they're popping. Give them a second to come to the top. All right. That one. Once I mix more, I will hit it all again. So give me a second to mix more epoxy. All right, we're back. We have mixed another 20 and 20 of part A and part B, so we have 40 here. Should be enough. I'm thinking I don't need much more in the coaster itself, but the base needs some, and the mica powder is already in there, as you see. The white color is in there. So let's add that to our mold. There we go. Spilling on out. Great. So we could have a nice even bottom. Perfect, perfect. Let that settle for a second. I think this one could use a little more. Not much. This one could use a little more. Not too much. That one's pretty full. That one's pretty full. So let's Put the rest here in the bottom. There we go. Thought I would add extra, but actually I needed more. All right. Now we will hit that with a heat gun. Okay, I've added a little more white to this last one. I felt like it needed a little more. This one's full, this one's full, this one's pretty full. So we will let these sit overnight. And I might hit them one more time with the heat gun just to get some bubbles out. But for the most part, we'll just wait overnight and we will demold these tomorrow night or tomorrow afternoon, probably 24 hours, and then we will demold. Thanks. Bye. Okay, guys, it's been about, I don't know, 24 hours plus another 6, about 30 hours. And we are ready to demold and see what everything looks like. So here's the first one. Pretty interesting. Here's the second one. That glitter looks really great. Look at those colors. I like the way if you can see, the ink is kind of layered here. It's a pretty nice coaster there. It's the third one. And some of them, if you see, there are like little spots where the drips kind of dried quickly. I don't know if you can see that there. This one has more clear on the outside than some of the other ones. You can see that. The white kind of stayed in the center. And then this is the base. Although it's been 36 hours, it's probably gonna take another day or two to fully cure. It's a little more bendy than normal, but that will firm up in the next day or so. This one's a little harder to get out. Oh, and that turned out really pretty. Look at that. That's the bottom. It's clear on the sides. And you have your coasters that go nicely. So if you like this, please like, subscribe, and even share the videos. And again, all the links will be in the description of the products I used. And hopefully you enjoy this video as much as I enjoyed making it. Thank you.